Hey everyone. Before we get started with the episode, I just want to take a few minutes to talk about someone special who helped me start this podcast. I've been recording parts of this episode on and off for the past few weeks and had it all ready to go and to be published. Then something shocking and sad happened. One of the co-founders of the Retro Network, which this show is proud to be a part of, Jason Gross, suddenly passed away a few days ago. Now, most of my interactions with him have been mostly through listening to his numerous podcasts, the Retro Network's Slack channel, and YouTube videos. I finally got a chance to talk to him personally when I came to him about starting a podcast of my own, this one, Wide World of Toys, and he was immediately interested and enthusiastic about it and wanted to help me any way he could. And he did. He was so helpful and knowledgeable and couldn't have been nicer. So to Jason, I say thank you. Thanks for helping me to realize a dream turned to reality that I've had for quite some time. I've learned a lot in the short time that I had learning from you. He was my very first guest on the very first episode of the show to help me along and make me feel comfortable. Now, every time I come to sit at my computer and this microphone to record a show, you'll always be here with me. I'll try to live up to the greatness that you've created with this network. To Jason's family, you have my deepest, heartfelt sympathy. Jason, this one's for you. On to the show.
The following is a presentation of the Retro Network.
Spanning the haunted countryside to bring you the ever shape-shifting landscape of toys and collecting. From the pre-order thrill of slaying the monster victory to the dark, empty catacombs of store shelves defeat. The ghoulish drama of toy collectors everywhere. This is TRN's Wide World of Toys, the Halloween episode. Alright, welcome everyone to episode 2 of Wide World of Toys here on the Retro Network. This is the Halloween episode. I hope you've all been having a wonderful spooky season so far, filled with lots of haunted houses, corn mazes, hay rides, and caramel apples. All the great stuff this time of year brings. I think I've got a fun-filled episode planned out for you today. Lots of Halloween and scary type toys ahead. So let's get into the top 10 picks.
Hello, Danny. Come and play with us.
Okay, so that brings us to the first part of the show where I make a top 10 list of currently released or soon to be released toys that I'm really liking at this particular time. And since this is the Halloween show, everything I picked for this episode will be Halloween themed. So, number 1 at $34.99, due out in January of 2024, is the Transformers Universal Monsters crossover Frankentron. Let's see. Welded together from deceased Cybertronian parts, a new creation has escaped Dr. Frankenstein's lab. Frankentron converts from robot to tank mode in 16 steps. features screen-inspired sculpt details and comes with a Canon accessory based on Dr. Frankenstein's laboratory equipment in the film. Also comes with the blast effect piece. And then you have the packaging is designed to look like a videotape copy of the movie. So I do have this one on pre-order. The really only thing that I wish would be different about this is that I think it should have been due out around Halloween, not wait all the way until January 2024. But yes, I do have this one pre-ordered. I can't wait to get it. At number 2, I have from Super 7. They're out right now at $20 each. Is the Munsters reaction figures Wave 2. So here we have Herman, Lily, and Grandpa Munster, inspired by their black and white TV show from a bygone era of sitcoms. So yeah, these are pretty cool too. You have Herman, Lily, and Grandpa Munster. They each come with a couple little accessories. It looks like Grandpa comes with a couple vials of different chemicals or potions. You have Lily, who comes with a candle, and then you have Herman, who comes with his lunchbox. So yeah, these, like I said, these are in black and white. I believe they also come in a colorized version as well. So if you were a fan of the Munsters back in the day, like I was, be a good addition to anybody's collection. Alright, so now we're going to go into pick number 3, which is Masters of the Universe masks. From NECA at $49.99 each. They are out now. Introducing a new line of powerfully cool Masters of the Universe sculpted latex masks. These full head pullover masks are based on the classic 80s toy appearances and celebrate 40 years of Masters of the Universe. Great for costuming or for display in your home. Looks like Skeletor and Beastman are in stock and shipping now. And then Trapjaw and Merman are available for pre-order until October 17th. So as of a few weeks ago, those were available to pre-order, and those will be shipping in February of 2024. Yeah, so these are really cool. They look just like the heads of the toys. Skeletor, Beastman, and then Trapjaw and Merman. Yeah, I really like these a lot. These would be a cool display piece. So now we go to pick number 4, and that is from NECA at $27.99. These are out now. Is from Toony Terror's Halloween 3 Trick-or-Treaters. It's almost time, kids. The clock is ticking. NECA's adorably creepy Toony Terrors line welcomes Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. 3-pack of the Trick-or-Treaters from the 1982 horror movie. So I did just get these in the mail a couple days ago from Target. And if you like your figures that kind of look like a cartoony style, these are really cool. You got the kids dressed up, the one with the pumpkin mask, the skeleton mask, and the witch mask. So yeah, Halloween 3, not everybody's favorite in the Halloween franchise, but they were trying for something different. I just watched it the other night, and I enjoy the movie. I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, I do have a picture of this posted on my Instagram page. So if anybody you want to take a look at that, feel free. Alright, so now coming in at number 5 from Super 7, which is out now, coming in at a whopping $295 is Count Von Count from Sesame Street. When it comes to Sesame Street, you know you can count on Super 7 to deliver something special for your favorite characters. This 15 and a quarter inch posable Sesame Street supersized vinyl Count Von Count is made of premium soft vinyl, includes a soft goods cape with internal reinforcement that allows for posing, and acrylic monocle detail. Even the mathematically gifted Count Von Count might have difficulty counting all the reasons this supersized figure would make a grand addition to your Sesame Street collection. Yeah, so this thing is huge. Super detailed. Yeah, so if you're into Sesame Street and like to collect the figures, I mean, this would be really cool to have. A little steep for my budget, but it would be cool. Alright, so coming in at number 6, also from NECA, is Universal Monsters Retro Glow-in-the-Dark. Mummy, Frankenstein, and Wolfman. These are out now, and it's $59.98 for the 3-pack. Collect the whole creepy crew of Universal film monsters, all posable and ready for action. Classic toy and classic horror fans alike will enjoy these loving modern tributes that draw inspiration from the 1980s Universal famous Mini Monsters toy collection, combining retro toys with NECA's likeness sculpts. These 7-inch scale figures also glow in the dark. The assortment includes Mummy, Wolfman, and Frankenstein. So yeah, these are a really cool throwback to the old glow-in-the-dark figures that came out back in the day. You'll notice a theme as this show moves along and goes on. I'm pretty much a sucker for anything glow-in-the-dark, so you'll find that I pick a lot of things that have glow-in-the-dark features, and I believe I have a couple more that are going to be on this list as well. But yeah, I really like these. They're a really nice throwback to the old figures. Alright. And number 7, also from Super 7 at $20, due out in early December, is Mr. Bones. He's so real. Super 7 has brought back the popular 70s novelty puzzle candy treat Mr. Bones in reaction figure form. The Bodega edition glow-in-the-dark 3 3/4 inch Mr. Bones comes with a tombstone accessory and is packaged on a card back that also glows in the dark. It may not satisfy your need for a sugar rush, but this glow-in-the-dark Mr. Bones reaction figure will definitely light up your memories of this nostalgic candy treat. So if any of you remember the Mr. Bones candy that came in a little coffin and you had to piece together the skeleton to make the skeleton complete, you'll remember this. Yeah, so I really like this. Once again, something glow in the dark. Yeah, just an awesome throwback to an old candy. Alright. So coming in at number 8, excuse me, from Mezco at $179.99, due out sometime fourth quarter 2023, is Scooby Doo Friends and Foes 5-point Deluxe. So This deluxe box set includes 9 figures, all with their own unique accessories, the mystery machine, and a mansion playset diorama with multiple unique interiors. So this really reminds me of going back to the old playsets from back in the 70s, 80s. These figures are all just 5 points of articulation. So some of the characters, of course, we have Fred, Daphne, Velma, Shaggy, and Scooby. And then you have the ghost of Elias Kingston. You have Green Ghosts, Spooky Space Kook, and then of course the Mystery Machine. And then you have the mansion playset itself, diorama. The perfect backdrop for Mystery Inc. The included mansion playset diorama features multiple interiors for a range of unique display options. And then, so this thing has a ton of accessories that comes with it. Some examples, you get 1 box of Scooby snacks, 2 sets of shackles, removable hoods for green ghosts, 5 display bases, and there's just, the list goes on from there. So yeah, this might be, out of this top 10 list here, this might be my favorite one. A little pricey, but it'd be another cool addition to anybody's collection. Alright, so now we're at number 9 from Jada Toys, at $20. I actually have this coming in the next few days. It is introducing the one and only Boo Berry action figure that glows in the dark. Get ready to bring your favorite cereal character to life with this incredibly detailed and highly collectible toy. Standing at 3.5 inches tall, Boo Berry is expertly crafted with meticulous attention to detail. From his signature transparent blueberry colored skin to his adorable little ghostly expression, every aspect of this action figure is a faithful representation of the beloved cereal mascot. Boo Berry also comes with a miniature cereal box that glows in the dark. You can recreate your favorite Boo Berry moments or come up with your own imaginative scenarios for Boo Berry to showcase. So yeah, you guys all remember back in the day the 3 Monster cereals. This figure is really, really detailed. Like I said, another glow-in-the-dark figure. Pretty cool. His cereal box glows in the dark. And then previously to this, there was also a Frankenberry and Count Chocula figure that have come out. So he'd go perfectly with those 2 guys. Alright, so now, last at number 10, from Funko, is the Halloween McNuggets. Immerse yourself in the captivating world of McDonald's Halloween celebrations with the release of new Funko Pop ad icons, Halloween McDonald's Funko Pops. Each character is not just a representation of Halloween whimsy, but a testament to the magic of McDonald's and its unique ability to intertwine nostalgia and innovation. So the characters that we have for this, you have the McNugget Witch, the McNugget Vampire, the Ghost, and the Mummy. And these are out now in stores. I've seen them in GameStop. I've actually bought a couple for my wife. And then there was a New York Comic Con exclusive McNugget Frankenstein holding the 3 McDonald's Boo Buckets, the Pumpkin, the Witch, and the Ghost. So I also bought that for my wife as well. To me, these are some pretty good representations of the old McNugget buddies that you would get in Happy Meal toys. So yeah, this was my top 10 picks for this episode. I think they're all pretty cool. And let's get on to the second part of the show, the Toy Line Spotlight.
Here's Johnny!
Okay, that's going to bring us to the second part of the show today, the Toy Spotlight. Normally, on the regular episodes, I'll spotlight one vintage toy line, but since this is the Halloween show, I'm going to spotlight two. So, the first line that I'm going to talk about is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Universal Monster crossover. Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were everywhere in the 80s and 90s. They're still on toy shelves to this day, with a popular animated series and a film having just opened earlier this summer. Back in the early 90s, during a resurgence of the Universal Monsters, fans saw many fun tie-ins, including one that saw Playmates and Universal partner on a series of action figures that many have either forgotten or may not even know existed. Universal Monsters Ninja Turtles. Yeah, so when these came out, I was in my late teens and early 20s, so I had no idea that these had even existed. But then later on, as I started getting back into toy collecting, I saw these on the internet and I thought they were really cool. So, from 1993 to 94, Playmates Toys released 8 action figures across 2 waves of remodeled Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figures that were styled to represent the classic Universal Monsters. In 1993, Playmates released Leonardo as the Wolfman, Raphael as the Mummy, Michelangelo as Frankenstein's monster, and Donatello as Dracula. So in that first line, they went with the 4 heavy hitters, in my opinion, of a Universal, with Wolfman, Mummy, Frankenstein, and Dracula. Those are the top dogs of Universal, in my opinion. Then in 1994, the second wave hit toy shelves and consisted of April as the Bride of Frankenstein, Leonardo as the Creature from the Black Lagoon, Michelangelo as the Invisible Man, and Raphael as the Metaluna Mutant. So another cool second wave of turtles and monsters. Yeah, so after discovering this line, I thought they were pretty cool, and it'd be cool to have some of those in my collection. But I looked them up on eBay and they're all pretty expensive. So maybe I'll get one of these days. And all this information that I just read, I found on universalmonstersuniverse.com. Alright. The second vintage toy line I'm going to spotlight today is Madballs. So, Madballs is a series of toy foam balls originally created by Toy, a subsidiary company of American Greetings, in the mid-1980s, later being revived by Art Asylum from 2007 to 2008, and Just Play Inc. from 2017 to 2019. The balls incorporated gross-out humor, and each was given a character synopsis and an odd name. The toy line expanded into a franchise with comic books, direct-to-video cartoons, and a video game as well. I don't seem to remember the video game, so if somebody knows it or could send me a picture of what it looked like, just hit me up on my Instagram. The toys were rubber or foam collectible bouncing balls with grotesque faces and designs. The toys sold well as a passing fad. There were 2 series of the original Madballs collectible toys. Each series consisted of 8 balls, as well as a collection of Super Madballs, a larger version of the original Madballs, shaped like other sport balls. So I'll just get into the original series of Madballs. First we have Screamin' Mimi, a screaming baseball with a large tongue. Then you have Slobulus, a drooling green creature with one eye hanging out of its socket. I really remember that one. You have Arg, a one-eyed blue-skinned Frankenstein monster-esque creature with stitching all over its face. Then you have Hornhead, a horned cyclops with a nose ring, which is chained to its ear in the Art Asylum era. Then you have Dust Brain, a mummy with rotting teeth and wrinkly teal skin. Then you have Oculus Orbis, a bloodshot eyeball, later sporting a mouth in the Just Play era. Next you have Skullface, a skull with large eye sockets sporting tiny red eyes, a big set of teeth, and a partially exposed brain, which is depicted as a sentient being named Loeb in the Just Play era. Then you have Bash Brain, a gory zombie head with a partially exposed brain. This Madball was originally named Crackhead, but was later renamed Bash Brain due to the unpleasant connotations of crackhead as a slang term for a crack cocaine addict. Then, when you go into the Super Madballs, a couple of the characters was Touchdown Terror, an American football with a manic grin and missile-like fins and tip. Goal Eater, a soccer ball with very large pointed teeth. And then you have Foul Shot, a basketball bursting open to reveal a face with worms crawling out of one eye socket. Yeah, I really remember the Super Madballs. I think one of my cousins had a few of them, and we would always go outside and play with them and things like that. They were really cool. So yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Universal Monster crossovers, and Madballs. Probably two of the more famous toy lines of the 80s and 90s. Oh, and one more thing, going back to the Ninja Turtle Universal Monster crossover. Back around 10 years ago or so on the internet, I came across a picture of someone that had created custom horror characters of the Ninja Turtles. You had Michelangelo as Mikey Myers. You had Donatello as Donnie Kruger. You had Raphael as Raph Voorhees. And then you had Leonardo as Leatherface Leo. So if they ever decided to really make these into actual toys, I would really be all over those. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for the toy spotlight section of the show. So that's going to take us into the next segment where we'll review 2 items from my personal collection. So let's get into it. Alright, that brings us to the personal collection section of the show. Since it's Halloween themed, I tried to pick 2 spooky things for my collection, which to be honest, I really don't have that many of. So I need to try to fix that pretty soon and get a few more things into my collection that are monster or Halloween or horror based things. So the first item I picked is Freddy Krueger from the Toony Terrors line by NECA. I've really come to like this line a lot. They've really dug deep into some pretty good characters from a variety of different movies. You got characters from Halloween, like Michael Myers, to the Grady twins from The Shining. Then you also have Pennywise from It to Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. So you could say I'm pretty much all in on this toy line now. I've been collecting it for a while over the past few months. Each figure comes with a little cardboard cutout scene display on the back. This particular Freddy figure has a boiler room scene. So yeah, I really like this figure. Some others that I personally have from the line are Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, and Scott Howard from Teen Wolf. I will definitely continue to collect this line as they still have so many different characters they could do, and they already have a pretty good number of ones that I still have yet to find in the stores. So, Freddy, if you wouldn't mind, take us to the next item that I have selected for this part of the show. The second item that I've selected is Fruit Brute and Yummy Mummy 2-pack from the Funko Vynl subline, which I think now has been since discontinued. Those of us old enough will remember the days of always having the Monster cereals readily available all year long in the cereal aisle. Aside from the big three, Boo Berry, Count Chocula, and Frankenberry, the other two, Yummy Mummy and Fruit Brute, were always in and out of production. Fruit Brute was introduced in 1974, which was a frosted fruit flavor with lime-flavored marshmallows. Then it was relaunched in 2013, and this time it was a sweetened cherry-flavored cereal with marshmallows. It was then again discontinued in 2014 and then relaunched in 2022 as a part of a box of 4 Monster cereals. Yummy Mummy was introduced in 1987 with a fruit-flavored cereal with vanilla-flavored marshmallows. Then it was discontinued in 1992, relaunched in 2013, and then discontinued again in 2014. As of the relaunch, it was a frosted orange cream flavored cereal with marshmallows this time. I really wish that this Funko Vynl line would have continued on. The figures are all well detailed and capture the characters really well. There is also a Frankenberry and Count Chocula 2-pack, as well as a number of other cereal mascots. Before we move on to the last part of the show, let's take a listen to the original commercials for Fruit Brute and Yummy Mummy.
Fruit! Quiet! Fruit! Fruit!
I'm me, Fruit Brute, with my fruit-flavored cereal, Fruit Brute, part of your nutritious breakfast.
Who are you?
But delicious Fruit Brute has fruit-flavored marshmallows for the howling good taste of fruit.
Count Chocula's got chocolate marshmallows.
Frankenberry's got strawberry-flavored marshmallows.
Fruit!
Fruit Brute, with the howling good taste of fruit.
Count Chocula and Frankenberry meet the Fruity Yummy Mummy.
Hey, have a bite. It's new Fruity Yummy Mummy cereal.
Big, yummy marshmallows.
So monstrously big they're Monster Mellows. With Yummy Mummy Monster Mellows. Fruity Yummy Mummy makes your tummy go yummy.
Monster Mellows in Frankenberry, Count Chocula, and now new Fruity Yummy Mummy cereal, part of this complete breakfast.
Makes your tummy go yummy.
Alright, so that's going to bring us to the last part of the show, where I take a dive into eBay and make a vintage wish list out of the toy lines that I have spotlighted earlier in the show. So, from the Universal Monsters Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover, I have selected Leonardo as Creature of the Black Lagoon. So let's take a look onto eBay to see if I can make that wish list item come true. Alright, so we're on eBay, scrolling. Here's one. Vintage TMNT Universal Monsters Creature from the Black Lagoon, Leonardo. $529.99, brand new, mint in package. Well, looks like that one's out of the picture. Here's another one. TMNT Ninja Turtles Creature from the Black Lagoon, brand new, $450. Here's one, out of the package, pre-owned, $225. Well, looks like my dream of having a Universal Studio Monsters TMNT crossover figure, it's not going to come true anytime soon. Let's see, here's another one, $750, brand new. Nope, not going to happen. Alright, let's move on to the next one. From the Super Madball, from Madballs, I decided to pick from the Super Madball line, Touchdown Terror. So we're on eBay, we're searching. Here's one, pre-owned, Super Madballs Touchdown Terror Football, rare, vintage, pre-owned, out of the package, $79.99. Not too bad. So let's find another one here. Yep, here's one, vintage 1986 Super Madball Touchdown Terror, $49.95. A little bit more worse for wear condition. Well, here's one. Let's see, let's click on it. Touchdown Terror damaged. It has no paint on it whatsoever. Just a detailed outline. $16.99. So I guess if you're really hard up for one, can always go with that. Let's see if we can find any more here. There's another one, pre-owned, $79.99. $69.99. Can't seem to find one that's brand new still in package. I'd like to know what that's worth. So pretty much all the ones I'm finding here on eBay are all pre-owned, played with. $75, $45. So I guess if I really wanted one, I could go ahead and pull the trigger on one of these here. Alright, so, and then I picked a random item, and I decided to go with vintage 1976 Color Forms Castle Dracula Funhouse. There are only 3 listings here on eBay. One is a pre-owned, $40 plus $11.45 shipping. Let's see, missing 4 pieces. Some pieces have lost their cling. Says the set features all your favorite characters from the Color Forms family and includes everything you need to create your own spooky adventure. This classic toy is perfect for collectors or anyone who wants to experience the joy of playing with Color Forms again. With its intricate details and timeless design, this Castle Dracula Funhouse will transport you back in time to a simpler era of play. Don't miss out on the chance to add this rare and unique item to your collection. So, I mean, it's in used condition, only missing a couple pieces. suppose that price isn't too bad. Let's see, the second listing is just for one piece from the whole set is Dracula for $8. And then the final listing is for another pre-owned version. It's incomplete, and they're asking $124.99 plus $10.65 shipping. Missing stickers, also missing a door, and has some wear. I wouldn't go for that one personally. I'd probably go for the first listing that I saw instead. So, yeah, those are the 3 items that I've picked for my Halloween edition of the eBay vintage wish list. So, before we head out on the show, I'd just like to say thanks for joining me, and as always, if you want to leave me any feedback, I have an Instagram page. On the outro of the show, I give all that information. So please, I haven't gotten any feedback yet from the first episode. So yeah, give me some feedback. I'll read it on the next show. Alright. Thanks everybody. See you later. Alright everyone, that's going to do it for this special Halloween episode of Wide World of Toys here on the Retro Network. I'd like to thank you all for joining me as we take this journey through the wonderful world of toys and collecting. As always, everything discussed on the show is my opinion, and in no way do I claim to be an expert. You can always leave me feedback, and the best way to do that is to leave me a message on Instagram at Ken_WideWorldOfToys_TRN. Thanks everyone. See you on the next show. Happy Halloween. Goodbye.
This has been a presentation of the Retro Network.